you all wide awake? Yes. Good, good, good. Actually, you know, you've had some fantastic information today, and I'm sure you've written copious notes, have you? Yeah. Okay. And they say that repetition is the mother of all learning. And you've heard a lot of things repeated today because, you know, there's not much new to be successful. It's just the little things that you need to do on a daily basis over and over again. So what I would like to say to you is everything that you hear me say today, and I'd like you to write this down, please. Everything that you hear me say today is of no use to me. Say that. Everything that Jackie White says today is of no use to me. Can you write that down? And then can you finish the sentence? Unless I go home and make some changes. And I'm not the first one to say that today, so nothing is new. So, I've been asked to talk about the spark to ignite your business. I'd like to ask you a question. What is your equity? What is your equity in the business? You know what your equity is in a house, but what is your equity in your business? Because whether you're here today and you've just started and you're retailing, that is your business. You can have a retail business, you can have a network business, you can have a small business, you can have a big business, you can have a multi-million-pound business. So what is the equity? What is the value? Is the value your people? Now, your people are paramount to your success. Your team or teams are paramount to everything. Your people are your number one, but they are not your equity. Because if your people are not striving to the top, you will find more people. Does that make sense? So is it your product and catalogues? Well, for sure, our products are fantastic. For sure, we've got the right products out in the marketplace that people want, need, and afford. Catalogues are the best way of moving product. We've proven that over years and years and years. But is that your equity? Whilst it's very important, that is not your equity. So what is your equity? It's you. Whoever is sitting on your chair, never forget the importance of you, yourself. You are the equity in your business. You're the leader of your business, and you're the one who's going to take responsibility for your business to grow, for your lifestyle, for your income, and for your future, and to ultimately change your life. Because everyone can change their life. Not your sponsor, not Kleeneze, you. Okay. So take that responsibility. I was listening some years ago to a lady on the radio in Cambridgeshire. She was a millionaire, very successful. I love to listen to successful people. I love to read about successful people because they all have similar philosophies. And if you want to be rich and you want to be successful, you have to adopt some of those philosophies. So this is what the lady said. Her equity is her sweat equity. She talked about building her business, and she succeeded because of her sweat equity, her input into her business, her long hours that she put in to building her business, and her dreams and goals. So she had to have the vision. She had to have those long-term goals and dreams about what this business that she had started was going to do for her. And that's what you need. These long-term dreams, goals, and vision about what this business of Kleeneze that you've started or you're part of is going to do for you. So her sweat equity, she started by recruiting. Because to have a big business, you cannot do it alone. You have to do it with people. The more people, the bigger the business. So she started recruiting and learning how. I have to say, there was nobody to teach her. There was no one to hold her hand. She didn't have a sponsor. She had to learn it herself. She had to learn personal development. She had to learn the business. She had to learn how to market, how to grow her business. She had to read books, and she had to learn to be the person that was going to lead a multi-million-pound business. She had to have her dreams to hang on to when things were a bit tough and didn't go quite right. That happens to every one of us, does it not? Yeah? So you have your dreams and your big goals to hang on to. So when you do get a bit of disappointment, when someone disappoints you, when you disappoint yourself, hang on to those dreams. She had to have a goal, short, medium and long-term goals. How many times have we heard that today? She had to track her progress. Do you know? There is not a successful business in this world where the leader of the business does not track. I would say, would you, that Richard Branson has always tracked his business? So always look at successful people and find their philosophy, and they will always track. Teamwork. Obviously, when you're building a business with people, there has to be an element of teamwork. All learning and improving together and personally developing together. And the people who are going to be foremost of importance in that business will be the ones who are going to develop and learn and grow into someone different. And of course, she had to have that skill of people development, recognizing those people, those future stars. Who is it going to be amongst a crowd of people? How can you recognize who stars are going to be? It's something that you have to learn. But let me give you a little tip. Don't listen to what people say. Watch what people do. And tracking her growth of her business, monthly, annually, but more important, tracking her people's growth. To see the people who are growing more, growing faster, and need the most support. Okay, so we, just the same as her, a multi-millionaire, and that was her philosophy. I thought, wow, because we are all in business for ourselves. So let's have those same philosophies about our growth and our responsibility to grow our businesses as big as we want to build them. We all retail. We all know how to do that. It's so simple. It's to do with numbers. We all sponsor. Do you know something? Many of you put your hand up earlier. You want to know more about sponsoring. It's more numbers. It's more numbers. It's going through more numbers. It's seeing more people. It's speaking to more people. And do you know what you do? You're cutting your teeth on the people you see. You're cutting your teeth and learning your skill. You're learning to be better. Can I ask you if there's any other way to get really good at something? Was there any other way but practice? So it's practicing. You get it. No one can make you good. No one can make you be a good sponsor. You have to learn how, take responsibility and practice. And we teach people, we show them what to do. We've heard that today. We show how. You show people exactly what to do. And once you've done that, you keep on coaching and encouraging, just like we do children. We teach them what to do, and we keep encouraging them, and we keep coaching them. And we never stop doing that, do we? So we should never stop doing that with our team and our people. And it's a compound effect of those three parts of our job specification, because that's our role. Anyone who wants to grow a business, the role is you retail, you sponsor, you teach, then coach. And doing those three things, repeated over time, spells success. That's so simple to do. Would you agree? It's also simple not to do. Debbie said it already. I want to talk about every team. And in every team, and this is where a lot of people in network marketing go really wrong, you have to understand the basic fundamentals of people. And in every team, there are tops, middles, and bottoms. It could be a football team. It could be an office team. It could be a charity team. It could be a cricket team. It's every team. You have your superstars. Then you have your middle ground people. And then you have those new ones coming through. So let me make no mistake with you. We say tops, middles and bottoms because that's the category people fall into in every single team. But every single one of these people are valuable. And I want to say one saying that has taken us right through our business since we started is rely on no one, and I'd like you to write this down and live by it. Rely on no one, yet value everyone. No one is going to build your future, you are. And you can help and lead people to build theirs. So the bottoms, this is what I love about Kleeneze. We come in at the bottom. We all come in at the same place, okay? There's no hierarchy. We are all retail distributors. It doesn't matter what badge you wear. We are all Kleeneze distributors, okay? So we come in at the bottom. Some people come in at the bottom, no matter what you do, how much you show them, how much you coach them, they are quitters. They go. Don't think another word. They are the quitters in life. We cannot help them. Other people stay in the bottoms for a while and learn what to do and then start to move up. Some people stay in the bottoms because they're happy there. They're happy earning £50 a week. Do you know they're so valuable to our business? They are so valuable. They are the core and bread and butter of your team. So never underestimate their value. They are getting out of this business what they want. They didn't join to do what you want to do. They joined for their own agenda. Do you agree? Are you happy? Could you let me know? Could you smile? Thank you. So people move up to the middles. And sometimes they stay in the middles for quite some time. They're happy there. And other people move to the tops. And that's what every team is made of. Now, in the beginning, when you're very, very new and you're learning your skill and you're learning how to sponsor, you're learning how to coach, you're learning how to be good at what you do, most of the people in your team are in the bottoms until they start evolving and start moving up. And if you have more people in the tops and no middles and bottoms, that's because you've got 3 or 4 people that have been there for years and you're sitting on them and you've stopped sponsoring. But that is not a balanced business and you won't go anywhere. So every team, you need those top, middles and bottoms. And the balance is about 45% of a team. This is a growing team where you, the leader, are sponsoring on a regular basis every period, bringing new people, new blood into your business. You will have about 45% of your business in the bottom section, about 30% in the middles and 25% in the tops. This is when you have been consistently and continually sponsoring, like those slight edge decisions. It's the consistency and persistency. So you have balance in your team. And a life with balance is a great life and a great lifestyle. A business with balance is a strong business. Now, to measure our coaching skills, we have to look at how many of our PSG actually achieve bonus. So how many of our team, how many of your team actually achieve bonus? That's how you measure your skills to coach your people. Do you know what? There's many books on coaching. I have to say one thing here. Anybody can coach. If you care, you can coach. If you care enough about your people, you can encourage them. You can give them ideas. Okay. To measure our recruiting skills, you need to have 10 plus active wide. You know what? I always think thinking big is great. Always think big. So 10 active wide, think bigger than that. Big is beautiful. Put it on your pad. Help people to get what they want, and we'll get what we want. You helping your people to get a bonus, whether it's 10, 13, 15%, you don't do it for them, you encourage them, you track them, you show them where they are, you give them ideas. Like Debbie was saying, she gave somebody an idea to take a catalogue into work. You don't just leave people and ring them up and say, what a shame you missed your bonus, another £50 you would have got it. That is a bad sponsor. Okay, let's define help. Help is giving people a retail plan when they're brand new. Everyone wants to have no boss. People join this business to have no boss. But you know what? They need guidance. They've never been in here before. They don't know how to organise themselves. They don't know how to get a result. You have to give them a written plan to what they want. If they want a little, give them a little plan. If they want a lot, give them a big plan. And you track them to get those fast start bonuses. Don't let them miss them. You track new distributors to bonus on whatever level, whether it's 10, 13, 15, and you teach them to set their own income goals and follow up with suggestions. So when people can set their own income goals, they start to become independent and help new distributors to keep the right mindset, the right attitude. That is so important. As long as your attitude's right and you plug people into the events like today, do you know what? Your team will grow quicker depending on the amount of your team is sitting here with you learning. Or learning together makes a huge difference. You see, when we join people in Kleeneze, we expose them to the business. When we bring them to events, we involve them, sizzles, meetings, having fun. We involve them and they upgrade themselves to want to do more. You don't push people. They motivate and upgrade themselves. So what are the basics of this business? Isn't it strange? So many people have said exactly this before. 1,000 plus minimum retail, lead by example. A healthy PSG. Your PSG is the cradle to find new gold distributors. It's the cradle to train and teach and guide people to become independent. So have a 10 plus, 15 or 20 plus. You can manage it. You can cope with it. You can do anything. And the identification, identifying new potential goals in that PSG with a no excuses attitude. They're the people that have that good attitude. But remember, as you're going beyond gold, finding new goals, and you're going greater, you're going up to SED and beyond, you also have to recognise people in other people's PSGs too to help them. And show them all how to create leads. So if I'm identifying someone who wants to be a gold distributor, who wants to move their business forward, the very first thing I teach them is how to create leads. And anyone can do that. We can all do that. Teaching a potential gold distributor to sponsor without leads, quite frankly, is like teaching someone to retail without catalogues. So if people can't create leads, there's nothing you can teach them. And we always teach by show how. The key fundamental of this business is to create independence. Jim Rohn said, you can teach 1,000 people to do this business, but you can't carry 3 on your back. You have to show how and keep on coaching. Please don't build people's businesses for them. If you have somebody who's 15% distributor and you say, right, that's the one who's going to be my next gold, and you make them gold, when you've finished and when they're gold distributor, when you walk away to help somebody else, they will go back to being a 15% distributor. Why is that? Because they haven't learned how, they haven't involved themselves, they haven't grown, and they haven't put in that sweat equity to build their own business. You can help, but don't do it for them. Allow them to grow and evolve in their own good time. Everybody, we all evolve. Some quicker than others. But it doesn't matter, it's not a race. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So what about you, each of you there? What are your dreams and goals? Is it more income? Is it a stronger team? I know many of you put your hand up because you want to know more about sponsoring. Learn to create lots of leads first. Do you want to double your income? Do you want a residual income of 8, 10, 15K per period? Do you want to be a good leader? Do you want to be a good all-rounder? Be good at every aspect of the business. Do you want to be a good recruiter? If you do, be one. Okay. Woo. People were talking about what motivates you. I need to go to a meeting to get motivated. Let me tell you how you will keep motivated. Bring a steady flow of new people into your business all of the time. All of the time. And some of those new people will be so excited. My motivation comes from not going to a meeting. My motivation comes from the people within our group who are excited. That motivates me. If you want that motivation, find people and you will find excitement. So the short, medium and long-term goals are easy. That's what a lot of people do. Half the population have long-term goals. Oh, one day I'm going to take 6 months out and go to China. And lots of people talk like this, one day, but they never realise those dreams because they don't know how. But we're lucky. It's those big dreams people always talk about. Don't be like that. Then we have medium-term goals. They're not so big, but they're easy to achieve if you get the short-term goals, your bite-sized pieces to success. So have you set in writing your own goals for periods 5 or 6? Will you achieve them and what should they be? Let me give you a few tips on business goals. Your personal retail. What are you going to retail each period? You know, if you can set those personal retail goals out and achieve them, you are on your way to success. Your personal activations, that's a short-term goal. How many people are you going to activate in your business this period? How many? Well, it starts with how many leads you're going to get. The number of leads you get each week. Make an impact. How many? And work to it. And this constant achievement compounded over time will enable you to get your medium-term goals. 10 active wide is a medium-term goal. 55% of your PSG earning bonus. That's a strong, stable business with happy people. 15 active wide. Keep going. You will grow. And promote out new goal distributors from your PSG. That's all a medium-term goal. And your long-terms, your big dreams, those things that you dreamt about you never really thought you'd have, that's your long-term goals. And you will achieve them. Do you dare to dream? Because if you do, you can work to win. So what I want you to do, I want you to get a piece of paper and I want you to write down your income goal, your big dream. Is it £4,000 a month? Is it 5,000? Come on, start thinking big. Start thinking big. What is it? £5,000 a month, 7, 8, 10? We'll stop at 10. Well, no, we won't. Don't put a ceiling on. If you want 15 or 20, write that down in big letters across the top of your page. If you're not writing it down, you don't believe you can increase your income. How can I have more belief in you than you've got in yourself? Because I just know anyone can do this. So what is that dream that you dare to dream? Okay. Now I want you to imagine that on top of that there is a jigsaw, because every long-term picture, every future, whether that's your income goal, is your long-term jigsaw. So this is what you need to do to get that, whatever it is. And what I want you to do, I just want you to note of all these things, just make a note of what you do. There's 16 parts to this jigsaw. Number 1, do you retail 1k per period? Just put a little line on your pad. Do you place newspaper ads for a period? Do you have one a week in? Are you serious about that big income? Have you got a call sign? Do you do internet ads? Do you have money parties? What's a money party? It's going to somebody's house who wants to sponsor and presenting the business to a group of their friends, like a little part, like a Tupperware party, only we're selling money. Okay? Warm market. You've heard so much about that. What Jamie was saying about warm market. You've heard so much about what Bob was saying as well on warm market. Shop ads. If you've got 20 shop ads, 2 or 3 doesn't cut it. You've got to think big. You need 20 out at a time. Meetings and events with your team. Do you go to events? Do you not miss one? Do you always get your team there? Or most of your team, they won't all come. 3-foot rules. Do you speak to people? Do you know if people are breathing, you might as well have a chat. Customers. Do you speak to your customers about the business? Wow, that's warm market. That's great. You're there already. What about a website? Yes, you would all have a website, surely. Flyers. Flyers, you're creating leads. You put 1,000 to 2,000 flyers out a week. The bigger you think, the more you put out, and the sooner you'll get your dream. Coaching, do you set time aside to coach your team? Do you give business cards out? Have you got an autoresponder for building your business, or you clicked into this? And do you track and train and coach your team? How many of those 16 do you do? Okay, let's have a little look. I'll go back. If it's 1, if it's 0 to 4, press 1. If it's 5 to 8, 2. 9 to 12, 3. 13 to 15, press 4. And if it's all 16, press 5. Okay, we done? Everybody done? Press, press. Have you counted? It's only 16. Come on, think big, quick. Ready? Woo! Okay. Thank you for your honesty. Let's have a look. 1 to 4. Really revisit your why. I know some of you are here for the very first time, and you probably have never heard of setting goals or thinking big. You probably, like Jamie said, never planned your life ahead of you. So revisit your why you're doing this business. Suggestion for number 2, make some serious changes if you want to change your life. Number 3, well done. You're nearly there. If you do up your activity and do some more of those points, you certainly can get that goal income that you've written down. And number 4, let me tell you, if you have done 13 to 15, for all those of you, you will realise your dream. You will be a big earner. Retail, sponsor, teach and coach. Run with the runners, some little tips. We have people who don't respond to us, don't get low about it. Find more. Those that don't come to events, not everybody will. Don't beat yourself up. Allow them to be themselves, but find more. Those that don't answer your telephone calls, Bob said it earlier. So, let them be. Just find more people. And those who are so negative every time you speak to them, you try to avoid getting hold of them. But just try to coach them. It might not be their fault. And if that doesn't work, find more. Let everyone evolve in their own good time. Okay, some will, some won't, so what next? So what are your goals? Short, medium and long term? New York. Is it maybe a trophy? Is it money? Is it a team? You leading, your tops, middles and bottoms behind you? Or your long-term goals? Is it New York? The New York next year, the year after, the year after, the year after? A Distributor of the Year trophy, lots of money, Premier royalties, or a big team? The bigger you think, the bigger your income. I really mean this in the nicest possible way. I wish you every success with your business. And whatever you're going to do in the future, please go forth and multiply. Thank you.